Okay, welcome. So now I wanna first, before discussing attribute, let me tell you one thing, that always use external style sheet. Why? Because if we use inline style sheet, like we suppose we use over here inline style sheet, okay, basically what's the biggest problem with it is that when we have made a huge website which consists of somewhat about hundreds of files and somewhat about 20 to 30,000 lines of coding, at that time at that time it was just not a one paragraph, but there were thousands of paragraphs. To find one specific para over here in code where we can which actually beholds styled within it is really very difficult. Okay, so that's why I recommended you not to use inline style sheet. The same way I don't want you to use embedded, because suppose it's really very good. Okay, see, if I wanna change its font, I had made its font color somewhat everything. Okay, now after somewhat after 1 month, I simply won't be remembering all these codes. Okay, whatever be the case, if I wanna change its color, I simply need to open index.css, and I knew that in the index.css all codes are related to design only. Okay, I simply go to id and change the color. But if it's within embedded, then there is a really a big fear that um, I may not end up changing others neighbors code. So I always recommend it external style sheet. Basically, now let's get started with attributes. Okay, yeah, before telling you about, okay, let's talk about attribute for some time. Over here I'm gonna say font weight. Basically what font weight does is that it makes the font text more bold. Okay, so we're gonna view them in web browser. I like it, web browser. Oh, come on, uh, this one. Web browser is not opening. I need to press this and now this. Okay, it's opening, fine. So this is it right now. It's a isn't it a bit bolder? Before making it bolder, I first of all need to remove other styles, and basically all styles has been removed. Fine. So over here, what if I make it 900? It's still the same, isn't it? Yeah. Basically why is it same now is because index.css para 1. Let me see. Okay, why is it same? Basically, okay guys, you know what was the problem was? Problem was basically this shit that, see, over here I don't know what was the problem, but if you see title, it's red in color. Red in color means some double quote sign I had misplaced. So basically I understood that this is the problem, because if I delete it, title becomes back to its normal color. So I rewrote this style sheet. Okay, and I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna write it once again. Link relation equals to, and basically now it shouldn't change its color like charmeleon, whatever you say, guys. In Hindi we say it git, by the way. Hyperlink reference, uh, style. In Hindi the girls are called tota, whatever, because they are very smart over here now, that's why. Okay, so what I was talking about was that now it's okay. See, now it's not colored and it's good to go. So it really looks nice, isn't it, font? If I make it of 600, it's and of 900, basically the same shit, damn it. What about bold? What if I remove both of these shits over here? Okay, so actually it's at least assessing. See, how did I did it? What I was I doing is that since this thing was not affecting, I removed this entire shade to make sure that is the browser is actually reading this page or not, and it turns out that browser is actually reading. So the problem is over here, isn't it? Yeah. What if I make it I know that seems like it is making now. What if I make it bolder? Okay, fine, I will see it. Okay, font WEIGHT. I'll see it. Okay, let's move forward. Next would certainly be font style. Okay, style STYLE. Gonna say it to be italic. Oh, come on, say it is italic now. Okay, now I'm gonna say it font variant. What's the time? Okay, I'm gonna teach you for 4 minutes more in this video tutorial. Let's see what we can do in 4 minute variant. A small caps. It's already in small caps, so it won't affect it. Probably won't. Whatever. Now, what I'm gonna tell you more would certainly be line height. Okay, I'm gonna say line. Okay, so it basically would affect the first all the lines height. Okay, so I'm gonna say over here 3 emphasis. Basically all the lines, see this line, this line, this line becomes somewhat more wider. Similarly we have word spacing. Okay, we have text indent. Let's do text indent. What does it does? Yeah, it's kinda important one. See, it made para somewhat appear, not from over, in fact from over. So if you want para to be starting from over here, use this. Would you? No, you won't actually. For that shit, is it like 3 emphasis makes it over here? Then you need to count it at how much emphasis would would put push the para to over here. But certainly for this shit we have text align. Okay, so I'm gonna say text align equals to say right RIGST, and it's done. See, it's right is left. Oh, come on. No, basically it's not actually, because spelling mistake. That's why I thought that right shouldn't be over there actually. Right should be over other side. If I make it over here right RIGHT, it should be over here and not over here. Instead of this we can also say center. It would be over center. Okay, yeah. So moving forward we have text decoration. See, now the things would become quite interesting. Okay, so if you are not writing and simply watching this video, then also it's okay. I just want you to that you should understand all of that, that's all. By the way, basic font format you had already get. It's just like this. We write background and colon and value like rad, isn't it? It's just like that. Name, okay, colon and then values. Everything is like this only. Okay, so text decoration, I can write underline over here, isn't it? When I say it and it becomes underline. I can say blink. What does it does? Let's see. Gonna say it and nothing is happening. Quite nice, isn't it? Seems like it is. Line through, LINE hyphen THROUGH. Say line through. Okay, overline is kind of shit like this. Have a look. Over line, see overline. Okay, and none means none, and you know what does none mean for sure. See, okay, so now letter spacing, it's basically the space between letters. Okay, you can do it like this. Oh yeah, basically the time must have been over, so we're gonna continue our discussion from the next tutorial. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, rate and comment.